All right, people, welcome in, welcome in. This is the moment we've been waiting for, people. This is it. If you guys are getting in here, send this one out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Get this everywhere. You just saw something that has not happened in decades. Make sure you've got 5x5 in my chat. Make sure everything is good because, people, Biden just dropped out. All the reporting that was coming out saying this weekend was going to be the time. Turns out the Biden faction lost in this civil war. We got 5x5. That is incredible. Okay, guys, this is breaking as of 5 minutes ago. Biden just dropped out of the presidential race. Now, keep in mind, before I show you, you know what? Heck with it. I'm going to show you the actual statement that they just put out. Let's get right to it, and then I'll break down some other things here. All right, so as you can see, this is from Joseph R. Biden Jr. All right, I'm going to read this really quickly so you guys can see it. We're going to do this real fast because this is insane. Send this out. Again, unprecedented. Joseph R. Biden Jr., July 21, 2024. This is something we've been waiting for. My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic improved investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, we'll talk about that later, appointed to the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcome a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy as we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. That checks out so far. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and the trust you have placed in me. I believe today, what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do, and when we do it together, we just have to remember we are the United States of America. Okay, that's it. He's out. He's gone. He's toast. He's going to make an address to the nation later on. Guys, if you're just now getting in here, here's the thing. Biden just sent out a letter. He's out. He's gone. Finito. Done. Now, here's some things that I want to address in this. He did not endorse Kamala Harris. He said she's been a great partner. Talk about a backhanded compliment. Anyway, this is the most important piece here. Again, I want to send on this. Obviously, of course, he's out of it. That's a big thing. Send this one out. Biden's out. All the things. Like, subscribe, everything. But this part right here, I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And anyway, so about the American people, he did not endorse her. He did not say she'd make a great candidate. He did not say she would make a great nominee. He did not say anything other than, thanks for helping, boo. I'm out. Okay, that's a really important thing. Guys, this is unprecedented. We are living in insanity right now. Yep, right there. Ben, Harris gets the shaft. That's exactly what just happened. Harris just got the shaft. So immediate reaction of what I'm expecting from this. The immediate reaction, all this week is going to be the fallout of this. So make sure you guys are subscribed because we're going to cover all of it because there's so much implication for our gun rights and the rights that we're going to pass on. They're going to start to go after the Democrats and Biden for not putting Kamala Harris in the catbird seat to do this. The very idea that she was not just mentioned as a potential nominee and a great president in the future by the sitting president who's resigning is a backhanded insult. Well, actually, it's a backhanded compliment. It's a straight-up insult. It's going to be viewed as an insult. You're about to see some serious stuff popping off intra-party on the Democrat side because a lot of the factions in the Democrat Party thought that Kamala Harris was her turn, very similar to Hillary Clinton. It was her turn. Guys, this is a freaking big one. So as you're getting in here, understand everything just changed. And this is the last piece of this, and then I'll let you guys get on with your day. But everything that we've been going down the road of has been under the impression that Biden is the nominee. He's losing in the swing states. He's losing in the general. He's losing in the congressional lead. He's losing in the generic population ballot. He's losing across the board. Everything is going to be basically put into a standstill now because they're not going to have anybody who's going to be putting out polling on individual candidates because they literally don't have a candidate now. The Democrats, you just had Biden pull out of the race completely. He didn't endorse Kamala Harris to go in, and the Democratic National Convention is in August, about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks from now. The reporting that we did earlier and the leaks that were coming out were that it was going to go to an open convention. This is about to be Game of Thrones style American Democratic Party. Because if you go into August and you don't have a nominee, you can't do any fundraising, there's no nominee. You can't do any type of brand awareness, any type of marketing. There's no polling available, so you're going to see polling against like 800 people. This is going to throw everything out of whack. But a lot more of that we're going to cover because you guys know I love this stuff because it has direct correlation to our Second Amendment rights. But make sure you guys are subscribed, that like bell, or the like bell is hit, and make sure that notification bell is on because, or excuse me, like button, because this stuff we got to cover it as it changes because you never know what's going to happen. But again, in the recap here, some things that I've just noticed from this, and then like I said, I'll let you guys get on with your lives. He's going to speak to the nation later this week in more detail about his decision. He completely shafted Kamala in this. There was no mention of anybody else or a Democratic nomination process or anything. He basically just said, there's nothing here now for the next 3 weeks. This is interesting because so many millions of dollars are tied to the Biden name and the Biden ticket, and it can't go anywhere else. You've got different people who could now vie for it. Guys, this is about to be crazy. And the best part is if this continues, this disjointed nature of what they're doing continues, our gun rights are positioned to go so much further than they could have been if they were unified. This is a thing. This is absolutely massive. I'm going to jump into the comments really quick. So he's really out this time. Yeah, that is from Joseph Biden himself. That is being reported across the board. That is so absolutely crazy. I tell you what, before I bounce out of here, let me go and see a few other things. I'm going to turn this off because I don't know what's going to actually pop up here. So just bear with me while I look. Yeah, multiple people. President Biden will not be running for re-election. It's starting to circulate now. So guys, send this out. I'm seeing some polling here. It says Donald Trump is coming in 67%, Kamala Harris at 18%, Joe Biden at 6%. So hey, at least the Democrats tripled their odds. I mean, that's something. Let's see. All the Democratic mouthpieces and propagandists are all out there. All right, let me show you this one. I actually like this guy, Colin Rugg. Let me show you this one real quick because this stuff is crazy. All right. So this is one of the accounts that I follow because I genuinely like how fast they are. Breaking, President Joe Biden announces he will stand down and will not be seeking re-election. The announcement came after Democrats staged a coup and demanded that Biden step aside despite him being the clear choice by Democratic voters. It has been my greatest... Okay, that's part of the thing. We already know that. Okay, so that's actually a very interesting point. Let me get out of here real quick and bring back to you guys so I can look for more stuff. Very interesting point. The party that was all about saying that Donald Trump was out to destroy democracy and they were ignoring the will of the voters and they weren't supporting democracy just ousted their democratically elected Democratic nominee. That's going to come up. You're going to see that a whole lot more. The party of democracy just destroyed democracy to save democracy. I mean, that's what you're going to... That's what the narrative is going to be. But let me go through here a few more things. See if I can find some of my favorite propagandists. I wonder what Harry Sison has to say. But yep. Here comes Hillary Beast. It's Jover. Is anyone surprised? No. Okay, so that's actually interesting too. A lot of you guys are hitting over here that Hillary Clinton is coming in. I honestly, I could not tell you. I can't even offer that as a possibility. But it's official, guys. Biden is out. No more JoJo. No more gaff machine. Oh, you know what? I owe this to us. Let's get some Gavin Newsom. Because you know what? Who doesn't love a good Gavin Newsom? In the morning after your coffee. President Biden has been an extraordinary, history-making president, a leader who has fought hard for working people and delivered astonishing results for all Americans. He will go down in history as one of the most impactful and selfless presidents. Thank you, Joe Biden. Same guy who said the Democrats don't get rid of their nominee. What kind of party would they be? This guy is so duplicitous. Oh, goodness. But yeah, it's going. You're going to hear this everywhere. But make sure you guys are sending this out, liking the video, subscribing to the channel. it's about to get real. I mean, for real. All right, so let me hide that again, because again, I don't know what's going to pop up when I'm searching randomly for like anything on Twitter, because you just never know. Yep, Biden's out. Lots of Biden's out starting to circulate. Of course, Gavin Newsom comes in here. Let me see some other stuff. I'm going to see if I can pull up some other articles. Yeah, see, even actually, let me show you this. This is really interesting. Even the mainline. Well, let me scoot this over, but whatever. Even the mainline articles are saying that they hadn't even caught up yet. Let's go over to NBC News. President Joe Biden drops out of the 2024 presidential race. Biden, after a 5-decade political career, faced a reckoning over his age and whether he could defeat Donald Trump. His party now faces a historic effort to replace him. See, they're already starting this process of like, well, who's going to do it? How are we going to do it? What's going to happen? Is it going to be historic? Are we going to do all of these XYZ people? Let's just keep on going here. Let's see what we can find. President Joe Biden announced Sunday he'll end his presidential re-election campaign, bringing an abrupt and humbling conclusion to a half-century-long political career, scrambling for the White House just a month before Election Day. Facts. All right, let's keep going. So it looks like right now, here we go. This part right here, I'm just going to do an impromptu highlighting. Even NBC and all the media are going to hit this. Biden thanked Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner, but did not endorse her to be his replacement as the Democratic Party presidential nominee in his letter. So right off the get, this is going to be the main story immediately. It's going to be a two-part story. First story is Biden's out. Second story is he didn't say anything about Kamala. That's going to hurt Kamala. And in the video that I'm going to release later on tonight, I'm going to show you why that's going to hurt Kamala, because we actually covered it. This is actually doing it live after my video filming. But let's continue here. So Biden's decision to exit the race less than a month before his party's convention. The last sitting president to abandon his re-election bid was Lyndon Johnson, whose expansion of the Vietnam War split the Democratic Party. Okay, so same thing. It's 8 months before, but this was like 3 months before. We're in uncharted waters, said Barbara Perry, a presidential studies professor at the University of Virginia Miller Center. No president has dropped out or died this close to the convention. This is, guys, it really is. This really genuinely is a historic. Let me scoot this over here. Oops. This really is a historic time, a heck of a time to be alive. Goodness alive. Okay, I gotta turn that off because my phone is starting to get like crazy. All right, here we go. Here's even more of it, guys. We're doing this together because it's so breaking. I haven't had a chance to orchestrate all this. Harris would seem to be the heir apparent. That's gonna be the conversation. She broke a barrier as the first female vice president, a woman of color. She enjoys strong support among African Americans, a loyal piece of the Democratic coalition. Overall, though, Harris's approval rating stood at only 32% in an NBC News poll released earlier this month. There's no one you can name right now who is an obvious substitute, Perry said. That's what makes this so uncertain and chaotic. The very fact that they're going to start saying that, you're going to have the Congressional Black Caucus, you're going to have Sonny Hostin on The View, you're going to have all of the apparatchiks that are going and angling for Kamala Harris going to be pissed. Like, you're about to see some real anger start to flow from a bunch of people. And it's coming from the Democrats. I mean, like, I'm just saying, Republicans didn't do it. If Trump has a brain and the Republicans have a brain, they go like this. Anyway, so did you see our platform? Don't say a freaking word. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so here we go. Here's some more potential replacement issues here. And if you guys are coming in here, we got 3,000 people. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. Tell everybody about this because it's about to be real. Replacing Biden atop the Democratic ticket is likely to set off internal Democratic tremors as ambitious officials maneuver to become his successor. Game of Thrones. Factions have already formed around Harris and prominent governors, including Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer and California's Gavin Newsom. Oh my God, if this turns out to be what it could be, this is about to be a thing. Okay, so the rest of this is just, they asked him to get back, they asked him to stop, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't really care about that part. Okay, the rest of this is not really relevant. Let me see if I can find anything else, and just so you guys, we can find this out together, because genuinely, we're rolling in unprecedented waters. Okay, the Washington Post. Now, this is a leftist rag. Let's see what they got to say. Oh, that's just rude. I can't see what they're going to say. USA Today, CNN, they've been on the war path. Scoot this over for you guys. All right, so let's see a little bit more. Biden will not seek re-election. We talked about that, posted on X on the official Twitter account. We already said that. Biden's decision to leave helps us out. That's basically what they're saying. First one ever, nothing new there. Okay, I want to see what they're saying about Kamala Harris, because this is the story. Okay, this is just all, CNN's got nothing else. Okay, so here's the bottom line, guys. Let me get back over to the main screen here. We are in a position where the Democrats do not have a nominee at all. They did Biden on his way out sent a parting shot to Kamala Harris and did not give her any support whatsoever. Did not endorse her, did not support her. Just said, "Thanks, boo. It was great. I'm out." And then now you've got the open nomination process that's probably going to happen at the DNC, which is an open convention, which was what was reported earlier, and that's kind of where we are going. And I'm sorry, I just saw a text come through, and I just got to read it before I say something. All right, so I'm getting texts saying he is endorsing Kamala. I mean, he's not endorsing Kamala. I don't know. I can't tell you. But as of right now, for what we just read, that certainly looked like he was not endorsing Kamala. Maybe he comes out and says he does. I don't know. But for where it sits right now in the articles I just showed you and Biden's own letter, we'll see. But that's what I've got for you guys right now. Make sure you send this one out, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are buttoned up because it's about to be a bumpy ride, and our gun rights are only going to benefit, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by, guys.